So now that means they have to make a move there on the pitching staff because Canley's back unless they're going to carry 13. They can't carry 13 pitches. So that would be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They'd be out of players before we even brought Bird back. So that doesn't work. So let's say he comes in for one of the pitchers. So let's say Canley's in for Cole, as an example. Or Canley's in for, I would think it would be Cole. Okay, so let's say that's the case. You still have 12 pitches. Now that locks in. So now you have to make a move, Bird, for either Austin, Walker, Torreyes. I think now Walker, he's not going to minor leagues. Austin has options. Or does Torreyes even have options? I'm looking for any other option now. I don't think they send Torreyes down. I think he's got too much of a role here. I don't even know if he has any options left. I'd have to find out. But I think Austin goes down then because they're not going to cut the pitcher because they're bringing Canley back anyway. So that means Canley comes in for Cole anyway. So now you got 12 pitches. They're not going to carry most likely 11 pitches for any length of time. And if Canley's ready to come back, he's coming back anyway. So with that being the case, Austin has options. I don't know if anybody else has options who's capable of going down. So I think it would have to be Austin. Or you would have to get, you could keep Austin, get rid of Walker. I don't like that move. I think you need Torreyes here. Torreyes has been terrific in his role. He gives you a guy who can play anywhere on the infield. And every time you put him in the lineup, he does a great job. Deserves to be here. And the players love him. So I don't like him going for a second. I know Austin is hit, but, Austin doesn't have a role with Bird here. He does not have a role. So it's an embarrassment of riches. But the Yankees are going to carry most likely 12. If Canley's ready to come back, he's coming back, and that he's going to be here. I don't think they're going to take Holder or Shreve off the roster. They're not taking Shreve off. So they could take, and they don't want to take Holder off either. So the way, let's say you bring Canley in for Cole, that leaves you still 12 pitches. You have your 2 catches. You have your 4 outfielders. And then you have your infielders where you got to make a move between Austin and Bird or Austin and Walker. Or you could theoretically do, as one of the callers said, Austin and Torreyes. But I don't see Torreyes as the utility man, anything but the utility man. You need a utility man. So it really becomes Austin or Walker. And, boy, Walker's done a great job. And Austin's done a good job. He really has. But he's not a pinch hitter. Walker's going to give you a much better at bat off the bench. He doesn't have to play every day. And Austin has options. So although I know it's not popular because he's been hitting lately, but I think it's the only possible move you have. There's nothing you can do. I know you hate sending him down, but, that's it. Where else are you going to? Because he's not going to get any action with Bird here anyway and Walker here. And if you take Torreyes down, that means you make Torres have to be a utility man besides being the second baseman. I don't want to do that to him right now. That impacts his year. I do not want to do that to him. Alex in Bay Ridge. What's up, Alex?
Hey, Mike. So I agree with you. I would keep Walker here over Austin, at least for now. But the one thing, and I know you...
And Austin has options, which makes it easier, too.
It's not a big deal. But the problem is...
people don't want to send him down, I understand,
Yeah, but whatever. The bigger issue, and I know you've dismissed it like, I don't expect much from him, but Ellsbury is going to be back soon, and he makes too much money. They can't not... He's going to be back, whether there's a place for him to play or not, and I know he stinks, but...
There's no place for him on this team right now.
Where's he going to go? They can't cut him, and they can't send him to the minors.
Well, they don't have to bring him back right now.
No, he's going to be ready within the next 3 to 4 weeks.
They decide when he's ready.
Yeah, but Boone said recently, he actually said publicly that he'll be ready in 10 days, even if it's 20 days. He'll be back.
Listen, I wouldn't look for that anytime soon.
I don't want him to be back.
No, listen, there's no room for him. There's no room for him on the active roster, so I don't think they're going to rush him back. There's no room. There's no room at the inn. There's no room for Ellsbury on this roster. There's just absolutely no room. So I don't think that's happening anytime soon. They have a way of keeping guys injured if they need to. John in Jersey. What's up, John?
Hey, Mike, how are you? Great to have you back.
Thank you. What's up?
Happen in August.
Thank you. What's up?
Question for you.
Yes.
DeGrom for GT and Bird.
They will not trade Torres at all, and they don't want to trade Bird either. They're not. The Yankees are not. The Yankees are not trading. First of all, they're probably not making a trade ever between the two teams. Secondly, they are not trading Torres, even for someone like DeGrom. I don't think they right now will trade this kid until they see exactly how good he is. I think right now he is as close, John, and you're not making an unfair trade by any stretch. It's a legitimate trade, but I do not think the Yankees would ever trade this kid right now. Listen, I think the only way, I don't think the Mets and Yankees are ever making a trade. I think that any team would be incredibly thrilled to even get a chance at Torres. I don't think it's happening. GT's, I think, is close to being untouchable right now as a player can be for a young player. At his age, at 21, you don't even think of. I mean, right now he becomes an untouchable player. The Yankees have a couple untouchable guys. He's at the top of the list with these guys right now. He's that good. And the Yankees have a tough spot. But one thing, Austin does have options. The easiest thing for them to do right now, the least disruptive move here, now that Cole does not have options, plus it doesn't matter. It's a moot point because Caneley's coming back anyway tomorrow. So now that Caneley's coming back, he becomes the 12th pitcher anyway. So with that being the case, you're at 12 with the pitchers, and the easiest move is Austin. It's the least disruptive move. It's the most logical move. Pete in Newtown. What's up, Pete? Pete going once?
Hello?
Yes, Pete. What's up?
It's Keith. Sorry about that. I was listening to you yesterday, and you mentioned that Trump was really just playing up to his base with this whole anthem thing.
Absolutely. It's a slam dunk for him.
100% agree, but I just think his base is just so easily manipulated, and they're hypocrites because how can you support Trump? And
no, listen, I'm not getting into a political thing here. I mean, that's all you're doing is you just want to get into an anti-Trump thing, which you have every right to be anti-Trump. More power to you. But now you're just going to open up an hour of Trump stuff, which I don't want to do. So I have no interest in doing that. So, but Trump is playing to his base with that. It's a slam dunk. It's an absolute layup for him. That's why he does it. Mike in Princeton, what's up, Mike?
I just heard you comment about, this is the first time, Mike. By the way, welcome back.
Thank you. What's happening?
This is the first time. I mean, have you ever heard? I just feel like the policy yesterday that was denoted by the NFL, it just screamed politics. It just screamed, our president just kind of engaging and getting involved. I mean, I understand that it's a heated topic. I understand. Maybe it did affect the ratings, but I just feel like this policy has politics written all over it, and it's just a way for us to kind of kowtow to. Look, he's the leader of the free world. I understand. I just have a really hard time with how it came down, and it just smells like politics all over it.
Well, which part of it are you unhappy with that it has no bite? Or are you unhappy that there's even a rule?
Look, I understand. I've been listening to you all week talk about, you feel like it's a disrespect to the flag and to the anthem, and I also
think that it's just not the right time or place because they're an employee. This is an employee-employer relationship. That's what it is. And I think that is a big part of this.
See, I look at it like, I think the entire stadium should come to a complete and utter halt. I do agree. I'm a big time 49ers fan. I actually appreciate how Jed York handled, his opinion about the whole scenario and maybe shutting down concessions. And, I do. I feel like if the anthem, I get it. It's the United States of America, then shut down the entire stadium and everybody has to provide the same level of respect and courtesy to the national anthem as the players do. I agree with that.
Though, yes, but one thing is one group are your customers and the other group are your employees. There is a distinction there. You can command your employees. You can't command the general public. You have no right to command the general public. Who are you? The NFL owners or the NFL or the people who are running stadium can request the fans to do something. They can't order them to do something unless it is something that is for their safety. But I'm talking about, it's different when you're talking to your employee than if you're talking to your customer. There's a distinction there. 4 o'clock, here's the McMahon.
WFAN.